Hello, I'm Kev Haynes and this is another of your 10-minute guru sessions in Excel. In this one we're going to look at sorting and how to do it properly. And what we have on screen at the minute is a set of data relating to road traffic accidents. It gives things like the reference number, the severity, the sex of the person in the crash, the type of vehicle, the age, the date and the time and the year, quite interesting, and the district it was happening in. Okay, these aren't national, they're just for Nottinghamshire. Right, so what we've got to do here is look at our data, and it's organised or sorted in numeric order on the reference number, which is probably not the most useful way of looking at it. Sorting is a way that we can look at our information in a different way. For instance, maybe we want to see all the female accidents and the male accidents. So what we can do is resort the data. Now, the quickest way to resort the data would be to click into anywhere in the sex column and go to your home ribbons, sort and filter, and either choose A to Z or Z to A, ascending or descending. So we'll do A to Z, and all the female accidents are all grouped together. Now, you'll notice I didn't select any of my information. I just placed myself in the column I wanted to sort by. If we wanted to organise it by the district, I don't have to select anything, just click anywhere on a single cell under the district or column and then just simply do a quick sort. A to Z or Z to A. So there's all the Ashfield ones. I will just scroll back over there, look. Okay, and it's now in alphabetical order. You'll see the A's, the B's, the C's to G's, okay, they're all organised now. So it's a way of looking at the data in a certain way. Now, this only works if we have a spreadsheet laid out in a certain way. The spreadsheet has to be laid out as if it was an Excel list. What's an Excel list is what you're probably asking yourself now. Well, quite simply, it's a layout, okay, and the layout has to abide by 3 rules. There has to be a header row that names every column in the data. There should be no empty rows below the header row, because the moment Excel spies an empty row, like if I just quickly insert one there, it thinks that's the end of your spreadsheet, your list. So you want to avoid having those. They should all be at the end. Okay, and the information in the rows should be unique, e.g. you shouldn't have an identical row in there twice. That doesn't make it a list. Okay, so a header row, no empty rows, and unique rows within the data, which this is. Each one of these lines is a separate accident. Now then, those rules will give you one of the most powerful spreadsheets you can have in Excel. A list is a very powerful form of spreadsheet. What happens when our list breaks one of those rules or more of those rules? So for instance, if I insert some empty rows, maybe you want to do subtotal or something like that. This is now no longer a proper list. So I cannot just click in one of the columns and use the quick sort. Only the lines above that first blank line will be sorted. That means none of this got sorted. So what do we do? Well, what you do is you need to indicate to Excel where the data is you want to apply the sort to. And the quickest way to do this, if there's nothing else on your spreadsheet, is to go where the 2 intersection points meet and simply click that point there. That little button there, or little square, is known as cell 0. If we click on cell 0, it highlights everything in your spreadsheet. That's now showing Excel you want to highlight all of this. And you want to then sort it. So if we now go to sort and filter, we can't use one of the quick sorts. Why? Because it will default to simply sorting by the reference column, because that's the first one. It won't sort by year or sex or accidents severity. To do that, when we've got the whole thing highlighted, we need to use what's called the custom sort. Don't be afraid of this, it's a very easy box to get on with. Once the dialog box opens, you can see here there's already a sort organise. Sort by severity on the values A to Z. That's there for whatever we did before. Okay, if you want to resort it by year, then all you do is you change the column you want to sort by dropping this list here. Find the year, and it's going to sort on the values from the smallest to the largest, so the oldest to the newest. So now just click OK, the whole spreadsheet will flash, and now you'll notice it's in 2012, 2013, 2014, etc. Okay, it's now organised by year, and those blank rows that I inserted are magically sorted to the bottom of the spreadsheet. There they are, right down here, look. So they now don't mess up the data. Okay, so the custom sort box allows us to do sorts that maybe break the rules. Okay, I'm just going to put ourselves back to where we were. I'll get rid of the empty rows as well. I'm just using Control plus Z, e.g. hold down the Control key and tap and release the Z key, because if I hover over here, which is undo, the little tip tells me it's Control plus Z, so I can go back a number of times. Okay, right. What else can we do with the sort? Well, there is a thing called multi-level sorting. The real purpose of that dialog box for custom sort is to allow you to do more complicated sorts. For instance, maybe you wanted to reorganize the data by the district first, and then within the district by the sex, and then by the severity. So we have, if you like, 3 levels. First sort it by district, so we see all the Ashfield district ones first, and then we see females in Ashfield followed by males, and then we see the accidents in their severity levels. When it goes to the next district, it'll revert back to females and then severity. Okay, if you can visualize that, you'll have an idea what I'm on about. How do we do this? It's really simple. Select all your data. You don't really need to do that step, but if you're not sure if your data is a pure list, always do that step. That's my golden rule for people who are not quite sure. Always show it where the data is. Okay, once you get more confident with what looks like a list, you won't need to be doing that. Okay, we'll go to Sort and Filter and Custom Sort. Okay, now we've already got a sort by district on, so we can leave that. What we need then is to add a level, e.g. another level of sort. By clicking add a level, it then adds a line that begins with then by. So you're basically building a long sentence. Sort by district on the values A to Z, then by sex on the values A to Z. So female versus male. And then we add another level, simple as that. And then by severity on the values A to Z or Z to A, whichever you want. Okay, and all you do is click OK. The whole spreadsheet will flash and it will resort. Before I actually click OK, I want to point out something here. We can add levels, delete levels and copy levels. There's also this little tick box here that says my data has headers. Remember the first rule of list? For a spreadsheet to be a list, it needs a header row that labels all the columns in your spreadsheet. This little tick box means Excel is quite happy for you to bend the rule and have a spreadsheet without any header row. You just have to indicate you don't have a header row. Now watch what's happening on the spreadsheet behind. When that's not checked, the header row is highlighted as if it was a row of information. If I check that box, you'll notice the header row becomes unhighlighted because it doesn't get sorted. Quite an important setting that. Okay, so if we're happy with sort by district, then by sex and then by severity, just click OK. The whole spreadsheet will flash, and now you've got Ashfields, females going for fatal, serious, and then to slight. Okay, once we've got past the Ashfield females, it then goes to the males because we sorted by sex second. Okay, so if I just scroll up a little bit, you'll see there females ends there, and then it goes to males. Okay, so we're still in Ashfield, males, and it goes fatal, serious, and then down to slight. Now if I go further down to Bassett Law, you can see we've got the females first, and then the males, and then the severity. So the whole thing is completely reorganized. Maybe that's preparing it for something else you want to do. Okay, so that's how easy that is. If you want to revert back to a single sort, for instance, maybe put it into reference number sort again, just click anywhere in reference number, and because it's a proper list, we don't have to highlight anything. We can do an A to Z. Okay, or failing that, if we're not sure if you've got a list, click on cell 0, go to custom sort, and just simply sort by reference number on the values A to Z, a single level. Okay, that's all you've got to do with that. Now, the word to finish, I've done everything we want to do through the home ribbons sort and filter option. Some of you may be aware that there is a ribbon called the data ribbon, which also has a sort and filter section. And here is the quick sorts, A to Z or Z to A, and here is what is your custom sort. It doesn't say it on the button, but that's the custom sort box. So don't be afraid, either way is fine because they do the same thing. Hope that's been useful. We'll see you again next time.